I have to Thai wives, and I'm going to tell you how I met them. My first wife, Nong Mei. I first came to Thailand in 2009, and back then, I knew very little about Thai culture, and I was so surprised when my driver from the airport dropped me off at my hotel and he opened up the trunk of his car, and there were 2 sarongs in there, and I thought, oh my god, he thinks I'm gay, and he could see that I was confused because I had never seen anything like this before. So he said, when you go to your hotel, you change into these 2 sarongs, and you must wear one on the bottom and one on top like this. And I'm like, but it's hot here. It's 30 degrees Celsius outside. Why would I want to wear a big blanket on my body? And he said, that's what you do in Thailand. You always wear a So I went to the hotel room, and I put on the sarong, but I didn't tie it properly, and I was walking around the hotel lobby just like this. And that's when I saw her. She was sitting down in a chair and she was just staring at me and she started laughing. And I was so embarrassed, but I couldn't take my eyes off of her either. And I walked up to her and I asked her, how do you tie this? And she showed me, and we started talking, and we became friends, and her name was Nang Mei. And I saw her again the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. We spent so much time together, and after 3 weeks I had to go back to my country, but I had fallen in love with her. So when I returned home, I couldn't focus on my work. All I could think about was Nang Mei. And so I bought a plane ticket back to Thailand and I found her. We got married a few months later. Number 2. Now for the second part of the story, I'll fast forward a bit. My son was born in 2016, and my wife May gave birth to him in Thailand. And at that time, I decided that I wanted to move to Thailand permanently and live here with my family. But when I told this to my wife May, she wasn't happy about it. And actually she cried and she said, you promised me that you would never leave your country. You promised me that you would always return back to your country every 6 months, but you never did. And I told her, I'm sorry, but I want to be with my son. I want to raise my son here in Thailand. And she said, okay, if that's what you want, then I will give you a divorce. And so the next morning, we went to the family court and we got divorced. And I felt so sad. And I asked my friend who's a lawyer, I asked him, can I still get married to my ex-wife? Can I remarry her? And he said, yes, you can. So I said, great. And so that same day, I took my wife, my ex-wife, and I went to City Hall, and now we've been married for 7 years. And now I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. But many people ask me, why did you marry to Thai women? Don't you have any other options? And of course I could have married anyone from anywhere in the world. And when I met my first wife, May, I didn't know anything about Thai culture or Thai women. But when I lived with her for 3 years, she taught me everything about Thai culture and about her. She told me things like, never touch your wife's head, because that is the place where the spirits live. Never walk over the threshold with your feet first, because that is bad luck. Always take off your shoes at the door. And she taught me so much, and I learned so much about Thai culture by living with her. And even today, she still teaches me a lot. And actually, today, May is more like my mother than my wife, because she taught me so much about being a father, about taking care of the kids, about being respectful to the elders, and she's just a great teacher, and also a great wife. She's a little bit shy, but she's very kind and gentle, and after I got divorced from her, I felt something was missing in my life. It was like a puzzle with a piece taken out of it, and I knew that I wanted to find a new wife, but I wanted someone who was like my first wife, someone who was traditional and who could teach my kids about Thai culture. And that's when I met Nang Playa. When I met her, she was a kindergarten teacher, but now she stays home and takes care of the kids. And she's a great mother to my kids. She's very strict, which is good for the kids. Sometimes she's too strict, but it's good for them. They need discipline. And I think she's a good balance too, May. May is more lenient with the kids, and Nang Playa is more strict. And together they make a great team. And Nang Playa is a little bit different from my first wife. She's more outgoing and friendly. So she helps me a lot with my business. She goes with me everywhere. She's a great advisor. And sometimes when I have an idea for a business, I think, is this a good idea or is it a bad idea? And she always tells me the truth. She's not afraid to say what she thinks. And I respect that about her. And also, she's a great cook, like all Thai women. She knows how to cook a lot of delicious food. And I love eating her food. And some people might think, oh wow, this guy has 2 wives. How much money does he have to support them? And, actually, I don't have a lot of money. I'm just an average person. I work hard, but I'm just an average person. And so I work very hard to provide for my family. And having 2 wives is not easy. People think, oh, it must be nice to have 2 wives. That's a dream come true. But actually, It's not easy. You have to work hard to make sure that both wives are happy, that the kids are happy. And I'm just an average person. I have to work very hard, but I feel very blessed to have 2 wonderful wives and 2 beautiful kids. Some people ask me, are my wives jealous of each other? And actually, no, they get along very well. They help each other. And sometimes, my first wife, May, helps my second wife, Nong Plai, with the kids. And Nan Plai respects my first wife because she's the mother of my son. And so they have a great relationship. And some people ask me, does having 2 wives mean double the happiness? And actually, yes, it does. Because when I look at my life, I can honestly say that I am happier than most people. I have a great family, I have a great job, I have great friends. And I know that God loves me because he gave me 2 wonderful gifts, my first wife May and my second wife Nan Plai. I wouldn't be the man that I am today. So I love them very much. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please subscribe and comment below. And if you're ever in Thailand, come and visit me. Thank you.